everyone, it's Heather Nichols here. If you're like me, you always need birthday cards in your card stash so that they are ready to go when it is time to celebrate. I'm going to do a little birthday card mass production using a rainbow of colors that you see here. We're going to use the Confetti Toss stencil to do a background, and pixie spray is always next to me when I am doing stencils, and we're going to use blender brushes. I'm also using the Birthday Basics set, which you'll see just a little bit later in the video. I sprayed the back of my stencil with the pixie spray, and now I'm arranging that on my piece of cardstock where I want, and I'll use a blender brush to apply color through the stencil using a circular motion to create the backgrounds on my cards. My stencil needs a good cleaning after all of that ink blending, and our stamper spritz and our cleaning cloth are perfect to get it cleaned up and ready to go for your next project. Next, I'm using the Birthday Basics clear stamp set, so I'm going to set my MISTI up with the foam pad so that it is the perfect height for stamping with the clear acrylic stamps. I have a number of colors that I'm stamping onto, and so Sugar Cube ink is what I'm going to choose to stamp the images from the Birthday Basics set. The Sugar Cube ink looks great on all of these colors, and I'm not going to have to clean up my stamps in between each card. I'm going to stamp the birthday images coming down the center of the background using the Sugar Cube ink. It's definitely going to take me a few impressions with my MISTI to get the look that I want. Every time I set up my MISTI with the different steps of my image, I'll stamp all of the colors and then reset my MISTI with the next grouping of images and repeat the process until I have the look that I want. For the sentiment on this project, I'm using Oreo ink on a small stitched circle stacklet die cut, and I'm stamping the Make-A-Wish sentiment from the Birthday Basics set. I created a template to pop the little circle die cut into on my MISTI so that each time I stamp it, it's lined up perfectly. You know I love splatters, and so I definitely had to add some to the backgrounds using some Sugar Cube ink. I pressed the ink pad onto my glass mat, and I'm picking it up with a water brush, tapping it on my finger, and adding a bunch of speckles and splatters to all of my backgrounds. I had to add just a little bit of sparkle, and I did that using some star sequins and attaching them with some multimedia matte. I'm also adding the sentiments to each of the backgrounds and just popping them up just a bit with a foam square. The final step is adding each of these birthday background panels to a Sugar Cube card base. Before you know it, I have a whole pile of birthday cards in a rainbow of colors, which is great because I can match the color of card to the recipient when it's time to grab a card to celebrate. You can find the supplies to create your own rainbow of birthday cards at tailoredexpressions.com. Thanks so much for joining me, everybody. I'll see you next time.